or something.
Hi, thank you for coming, and I just want to take about 10 minutes and show you what AFLAC is all about. I gave out these little brochures, which are small, brief explanations of AFLAC, and it lists the products in them that we have available. Most of you know who AFLAC is from the duck commercials on TV, and our primary products offer money to you when you have an accident, when you have a hospital stay, if you have an illness like cancer or heart attacks or strokes. We have specialized programs that cover accidents and hospital stays and so forth. We also have some general products that are life insurance, disability insurance, and we have a dental insurance program. So all of those things are available to you as employees here at your company. So if you have any questions about that, you can call me. My name is Jerry, and my phone numbers are on that brochure. Or you can just put a stamp on it and drop it in the mail, and I'll give you a call. And I'd be happy to meet with you at your convenience. If you want to meet with your spouse so that you can go over these things together, that's quite all right as well. Now, mostly what AFLAC has are insurance products that look like health insurance, but they're not really health insurance. If you have health insurance that pays the doctor in the hospital, AFLAC will pay cash to you on top of that. If you have an accident on the job and you're covered by workers' comp and you have an accident plan with AFLAC, AFLAC will still pay you on top of workers' comp. If you're in your car and you have a car accident where your insurance company, your car insurance company is picking up all of the expenses, we're still going to pay on top of that. So AFLAC's insurance plans pay cash to you on top of any other insurance that you have, and the cash that we pay can be used for any other out-of-pocket expenses, co-pays, deductibles, the bills that continue at home, your rent, your mortgage, your car payments, things like that. That's what AFLAC is designed to do, is to put cash in your pocket when tragedy hits your family. And our accident and hospital plan, as well as some of our other products, can also cover family members, because we know that if a child is in the hospital, if a spouse is in the hospital, life changes pretty significantly for you and family members. So you may actually have 2 lost wages if a spouse or a child is in the hospital. And what AFLAC does is we put cash in your hands. Now, the accident plan is our most popular. It pays you $120 just for an emergency room visit, $35 for doctor visits if you have an accident. If you're admitted to the hospital, it pays $1,000 when you're admitted and $250 each day you're in the hospital. As you're recovering, if you need diagnostic exams, if you need physical therapy or appliances like wheelchairs or crutches, or if you need to travel because you need treatment outside of the home area, these are all things built into the accident plan, and they pay cash while you're going through treatment. The hospital plan pays you if you're in the hospital for any reason, and we can use it to pay for hospital stays for appendicitis, for major accidents, for heart attacks, for strokes, even pregnancy. We can plan to use it for pregnancy for some of the younger people. So the hospital plan pays $500 a day while you're hospitalized. And if you have no insurance, you'll still collect the $500. If you have insurance, your insurance will pay the doctor in the hospital, and then we'll still send you a check for $500 to make up for all the other expenses that continue while you're recuperating, the expenses that continue in your life while you're recuperating from an accident or an illness. Disability insurance is available for full-time employees who work 30 hours a week or more, and that's not going to cover family members, but just you. And you can use disability insurance to make up part of your lost wages if you're not able to work. And then there's specialized programs for cancer insurance, some that cover heart attacks and strokes. A dental program that a lot of people like, our dental program. And if you want to buy dental insurance for yourself or your family, we have a dental program that you can sign up for. And also life insurance, small policies up to $100,000 if you want life insurance for yourself. So those are all the things that are available as employees here. They're all payroll deducted. Many of them are pre-tax. For instance, whenever a product is pre-taxed, like our accident or hospital program, if it costs you $10 a week, it only takes $7.50 out of the take-home paycheck that you cash at the bank because it's a pre-tax deduction. And some of our products are pre-tax, others are not. So that's what AFLAC is all about. If you're interested in it, you certainly can give me a call. I have the full brochures and price lists available if you want to take one with you this evening when you leave. And certainly call me if you have any questions. Most of the answers to your questions I can give you over the phone. If you do want to sign up, we're going to need to meet to get together because we do all of our applications on a laptop computer. We sign you up through a laptop computer application process. So that's what AFLAC is all about, and I hope that if you have any questions, you'll come see me. Now, the one question that a lot of people have is how much does it cost? Our minimum program for accidents is less than $1 a day. If you wanted to cover your family, it works out to be about $2 a day if you use that as a pre-tax deduction. The hospital plan can be a couple of dollars a day. The disability depends on what your income is and how much you purchase. So these are not expensive plans. These are plans that are relatively inexpensive, and you can customize most of those plans to fit your budget. So we can either build one up with a rider, or we can, in many cases, revise that plan so it's affordable for you. So I'm available. My name's Jerry. Call me if I can help you out. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Bill Roberts. I am an insurance agent. Purpose of being here this evening is just to give you some highlights on alternate health plans that are available. Incidentally, I did bring along a brochure, and there is a website that you can go to if need be that will give you an overview of varying plans that would be available. Now, I would like to point out to you that the number one reason for bankruptcy in America is health coverage and the absence of it in the events that occur. As you know, going into an emergency room can range wildly anywhere from $300 to $3,000, and if they keep you overnight, it's an even greater expense. So the ideal is to have a cushion to protect yourself against costs that could straddle you and be a financial burden for years to come. Now, I want you to be aware that there are some low-cost ways to insure yourself. And I'm just going to get on the line quickly and give you the varying options. Then I will leave a brochure, and I will tell you that I can provide coverage for virtually every carrier out in the field, including Health America and Blue Cross. So if you have any questions, on the pass out, you're going to see my business card with a phone number. If you need me to come out and visit with you one-on-one, I'm more than happy to do that. So let's get started. The top tier level of coverage available in Pennsylvania and the ideal type of health plan would be group. Unfortunately, we don't have enough people within your pool to be able to assemble a group because there is a quota. The next step in terms of cost out would be several products that Blue Cross has available, and I'm sure you're already acquainted with one of them, which is Adult Basic. But along with that, there is somewhat of an extended waiting period. It's a relatively inexpensive plan, but it's very limited. No prescriptions, minimal care in the hospital, minimal office visits annually. It's what you call bare bones. The next step up is a product called Special Care. That also does not provide prescriptions, but it ideally would serve the purpose. It's income driven, meaning based on your earnings, that would predetermine whether you qualify for it. Now, both of those plans, you would need to go directly to Blue Cross to subscribe. But I wanted to point those out to you. And I guess the bottom line is that I'm suggesting no one has to be without health care. Now, if by chance you wouldn't qualify for an Adult Basic or a Special Care, here's the other options. There are roughly a half a dozen good qualified companies out in the country, insurance carriers, that offer competitive rates. And I would have access to them, and we can sit down and go over the benefits and go over the rates, depending on your interest in taking a closer look. One plan that I brought with me specifically, because they're the oldest and largest provider of individual coverage in the country, is a company called Assurant Health. And they've been in the business of selling health insurance for 110 years. Now, the good thing about Assurant Health is they've recently lightened up on their pre-existing requirements, meaning that a year ago you may not have been able to get in because of an asthma or some other issue. They're making it more available. So that's something that's good for you to be aware of. They have several policies, one of which Jim and I have talked about from time to time and specifically caught his attention, are short-term medical health policies, which, by the way, you can sign up online or call me and I can take the info over the phone and you can have coverage the next day. It does include prescriptions. It will cover your office visits. It takes care of tests, lab work, inpatient, outpatient surgery. And the good news is that there are 2 medical provider handbooks cover virtually every doctor in the land. Devon is one of them. And that even gets into UPMC's Presby and Shadyside. So you can absolutely anticipate the best if you're looking for something to cover your needs on an as-needed basis. So on the back table, there are packets with details on Assurant Health, and there's an 800 number to call if you have any questions. You can sign up online simply by going to my website that's set up for Assurant Health, and you wouldn't even need to sit down with me, but again, you're welcome to call. I'm more than willing to come out and explain everything to you in detail. So let me set that aside. And also, I'd like to remind you that Blue Cross and Health America both have individual policies. So you can really shop a little bit. I have a guide that I'm going to leave with Jim that kind of gives you an overview of the varying Blue Cross products that, again, are individual, that are medically underwritten. Aside from that, there's also something for those of you who have children, you may already be aware of the CHIPS program. It's still the best kept secret in the Commonwealth, and without question, it gives your kids absolutely top-notch coverage for pennies a day. So it's something to really take a look at. Outside of that, for any of you that may be in the neighborhood of turning 65 or have folks that are, I'm going to leave this because it gives you guidelines of what to do prior to your eligibility date. For instance, 6 months before, find out what health care plans are available and what their cost is. 3 months before, you enroll in Medicare Part B. Part A is given to you. Part B runs around $97 a month, and it's subtracted from your Social Security check. A month before, you can choose and enroll in a Medicare supplement. So that's nice to know information. Incidentally, I'm also leaving a couple of rate schedules on 2 of Blue Cross's plans with a grid of benefits. And if you need to get one of these, I'm sure Jim can run a copy out for you. And outside of that, I've mentioned this on several occasions. There is a dental plan that's available to groups. It's an HMO. If you'd like to know who the participating dentists are, simply go to ucci.com, and that's spelled out. The advantage of this is that you get incredible coverage for a low cost, and then it includes orthodontics. The only trade-off is that you have to pick a specific dentist that's within their HMO lineup. So that is pretty much the basis that I wanted to cover with you this evening, ladies and gentlemen. I think that you understand the importance of having health coverage. For those of you who don't, it's certainly worth investigating. And again, I'm at your disposal, so don't hesitate to give me a call. Thank you for your time and attention.